Hi, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Hi, y'all.
Oh, no.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, y'all.
I know.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, y'all.
Let's do this. Okay, that should do it. Hi, everybody. How are you? Say hi in the comments. Where are you calling from? A call-in show. It is gorgeous here. It is sunny. We've had like 70 degrees. So I'm going to get out and go on a walk later, a hobbit walk in the sun. And it's rainy in Portland. And it's lazy in Michigan. I'll wait for people to trickle in. But we're going to do something a little different today. I'm excited about it. So get comfortable. Make sure you can move. First of all, Becky, you see my goblet? I got another one. I have two now. Madonna Inn. The famous Madonna Inn of San Luis Obispo. Goblets of every color. I drink my tea. Sometimes drink my coffee. Currently my lemon water out of my goblet. Hi, Wendy. Hi, love. Love it. I know. I love them. I just love them. It makes me feel special every time. So we're going to do something a little different. You use it yours on the daily. Fantastic. Yeah, anybody who comes visits me in the Central Coast, I'll probably take you to the Madonna Inn and you'll get a goblet. Doesn't matter your gender or anything. I just think you're going to want one. Anyway, so for newcomers, in case you're listening to this on the recording, obviously there's old timers here right now. Plan on about 45 minutes or so of the meditation. And then we have a chat after. You're going to see that in the description box on Zoom, or the Zoom link is going to be in the description box. You're going to see everything else in the description box as well, including information for my other weekly live stream that I'm starting this coming Tuesday on Substack. You can go to Substack, you can get the app on Substack, you can go to the website and just go to Dr. Megan Rokel inside of Substack. You'll see my page. And I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work, but anybody who's subscribed to my Substack, you can just hit the subscribe button. We'll get an alert when I go live Tuesdays at 4 p.m. And it's an Ask Me Anything format. Just as somebody who's a licensed clinical psychologist for 17 years, has been in the game in psychology for almost 30 years, and has done a lot of awakening and healing guidance. I just want to open it up. It's time to, like, as I've always been saying, give it all away for free. So I'll start doing that. And then those will be recorded and posted on my Substack. So they'll kind of act like almost like a podcast or a Substack exclusive podcast. So come and ask me anything. You can, I'll probably start taking questions inside my chat on Substack. So if you want to send questions ahead of time before Tuesday, feel free to do that. And I think that's it for that. Let's see. Okay, so I want to do a little like teaching. I'm going to say some things about our conditioning and about how it's stored in the body. And that's going to lead into how I want to run this today. It's always improvisational. It's always to come into our pure witnessing state, but it isn't a state. Hi, Vasvi. Glad you're here. Take requests for focus points. You got to say more about what you mean by focus points. But yes, and you can ask my question, any questions here. We might just talk about it in Zoom today, but anything for Tuesday as well, if you wanted me to riff on something a little longer. But the Zoom chat today could be that too. Like chest and throat pain areas. Oh, I see. So I'll talk about that right now. The chest and throat pain, it sounds like you know where you're stored, where things are stored in your system. And that's ultimately what is what's important. You have to, pure witnessing consciousness, pure awareness, God consciousness, immortal awareness, what's looking out of your eyes, what's hearing my voice, what's feeling your body, the background of it all. That's God. That's immortal. That's just pure experiencing itself. And it doesn't die. And it, you, the real you, is hanging around in an avatar for the fun of it, for the exploration of it, for the expansion of it, for the evolution of it. And this being has been deeply conditioned and hurt energetically. And there's pain and density stored in the body that needs release. We weren't able to release it as a child. We couldn't talk back to our parents. We had a million ways in which we were sort of encased energetically and conditioned. And we have to reparent. We have to rediscover what the body actually wants to do. So these meditations are going to turn into a little more of a spontaneous healing, where when we really ground in this awareness and we feel this body, we're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I have all this stuff in my throat and in my chest. And the body is telling us how it wants to release. What I want to share today is, so I'm going to just go into that. I'm going to share the core untruths that I'm finding. There's more, but these are sort of summary of most of them. We all share them. So the reason I left, one of the many reasons I left being a psychologist, is because the story in psychology is that the issue is in the person, right? You have a disorder, you have a disease, and the problem is located there. And then we're going to heal that problem. We're going to mostly do it through just processing emotions and talking over and over again, which often just goes in the wrong direction. So, so the location of the issue is wrong, because really we're born naturally following our bodies. So this pure consciousness comes into the body, and if the body takes in food it doesn't want, it spits it out. But then we're told, well, your mother made that meal for you, you need to eat it. And so now we're forcing food literally down our throat that wants to come out. And that there's going to be a built up tension there. And there's going to be to the point of pain. And there's going to be a belief in there. So like, my needs don't matter, right? If I don't want the food, but I'm told I have to eat it, what's the message there? There's a conditioned message that goes in there. And then it's internalized. My needs don't matter. I don't matter. I'm unworthy. I don't matter. Nobody cares. These become the stories. And these stories are then stored in the throat. And so we're walking around believing my needs don't matter, enacting that, not taking care of ourselves, not giving ourselves the food we want because we're so conditioned in. But it drives me crazy to locate the problem there. It's not as if it's also located in your parents. It was their parents and their parents and whatever. But we have to stop the generational curse, so to speak, of you don't matter. And we have, in a way, a whole entire world that doesn't that treats people like objects. And so then we treat ourselves like objects. So in a way you could say, I don't mind the old school way of saying we're possessed. We're sort of like possessed by demons. And I don't mind demons because it's just energy. And it's shown that it's shared. It's not like you have this problem. This is a shared problem. There's only so many demons, which again are just belief systems, you could say, or energetic distortions. Same. Story, belief systems, demon, distortion, right? These are synonyms. And so I wanted to talk about the core untruths, the core little demons that we have in our system, because it's not just in our head, it's not just our brain. This is a misunderstanding in psychology. There really isn't mental health, it's physical health. And that includes the brain, but the whole body's a brain, right? There's neurotransmitters everywhere. The gut's a brain, the heart's a brain. There's neurotransmitters in our tissues. The whole body is a brain. It's all intelligence. It's all this intelligence that nature is. And we have completely neglected our bodies, and we are disembodied. So we have to go from being possessed by these energies to being self-possessed, which is to take this pure awareness and bring it into the body and in and through the body, which is to open it up so that we can sense the one body that we are and not feel so isolated. So the throat, as you were saying, Basti, and the chest feel isolated, they feel cut off because it's not self-possessed. We aren't inhabited there. And it's where these beliefs are stored. So I'm going to say just a few of these beliefs, these core untruths, and that all of us, they're stored in all of us. Most of us have most of them. But they're stored differently, and they need to be unwound differently. Because for me, one came in when I was 12. For you, it was when you were 2, and you really needed to like cry and like, you know, like whip your head back and forth. So in addition to saying these core untruths, I'm going to also show you a few movements that have come through. In the last year, I've done a ton of healing. I had a lot of very challenging experiences that pushed up against the remaining core beliefs about myself and the world that had to come out, and a lot of expression that had to come out, a lot of rage, frankly, a lot of anger, a lot of no in my system to all of my boundaries that have been crossed since I was a child. Most of us have tons of unexpressed no's, like think tens of thousands, maybe especially women. Yes, especially women, but all of us, every single one of us. So the beliefs kind of trap the energy, and then how that comes out of your body is going to be different when you, pure awareness, go into that body. So these meditations over the years, I've been doing this for a long time now, have been mostly like I guide you and we all kind of do the same thing. We're all sitting here with our eyes closed and we're so expansive and beautiful. But when the healing is happening, I'm noticing, and I've always noticed this, that the body wants to move a lot of the time. And it might want to make sounds, and it might want to fucking turn this off and go on a walk or a run or go do jumping jacks or go whatever. So I'm going to show you just a few movements just to kind of get you opened up to be willing to be weird. That's ultimately what it's about. It's like all the ways that society had us bunge ourselves up, you know, and not be willing to be the uncool kid, the out of control one, the hysterical one, the mad one, the bad girl, the bad boy. And so we are trapped in these energies are trapped in us. So I'm going to show you some movements that have come through spontaneously. I mean, and I'm using the word possession very consciously, because the healing can look like a fucking exorcism. I just want to say that it can look like a fucking exorcism, and you have to be willing to let your body do that. Right? Think of since you were born, and maybe before, really before, and people talk about past lives and all this stuff. I actually could give a shit about past lives. All lives are right here, right now. It's all one moment. And I don't care. I just like, well, let's heal it now. We don't need to go into a long story. And in fact, the story is where we get caught. People talk a lot about right now on the planet, there's a shift from 3D to 5D. And I can talk about that another time. But the 4D, the reason it's 3D to 5D is because the 4D is time. That's the dimension of time. It's the mind's dimension. And we, as a populace, get caught in that fourth dimension where we are in our story and we're not in our body and we're not in God consciousness or pure awareness. And these meditations are bringing 5D, pure awareness. It's not quite, 5D isn't quite the right word, but into the 3D and merging the two. That's real ascension. That's real healing. And it really collapses the fourth dimension. So you're not in your story. You don't know about your fucking past lives. You don't know about yesterday because you're so present right now. That's what's healing. So I'm going to talk about the core untruths and then show you some movements that have come through that I think are the exorcism, the releasing of those energies that didn't get to be released when I was 4, when I was 12, when you were 22, on and on. And each of you are going to have to discover what those movements are. But having done this for so long, I think some of the movements that are coming through me are standard movements in the same way that the untruths are standard untruths. So these are just to inspire you. These are to trigger something in you. These are to let you, to mirror back to you the permission to get weird and to let your body do really wild things. Always being, it's cautious isn't the right word because it's not about, you don't need to be cautious, but deeply listening. And of course, you hearing if your body doesn't want to be that active, or if your body actually wants to be completely still and lay down while you're doing this meditation today, great. But it's possible you might want to flail about on your bed. I don't know. That's really what I want to say. It's to give you that permission. Okay. So I'm going to give you the core untruths, show you some of the movements, and then we'll go into the meditation. And I want to say, you're going to let yourself just move and move and move, or not move at all, and anywhere in between. And somebody remind me if I don't press record when I start doing that. Okay. The core untruths I'm finding. Wrongness, that there's something wrong with us, that we're sinful, that we're bad. Unworthiness, unsafe, unlovable, we don't belong. We're forsaken, we're cast out by God. We were particularly forsaken by God. We're unlikable, we're broken, we're alone, we're sick. There's something ill, there's something rotten and sick about us. Those are just some that most of us share, some version of those. Okay, so those are energetically stored. And if you think of it as like possession, where these beliefs came in like an energetic possession, right? We were grabbed hold of by these beliefs. Your mother had them, her mother had them, your father had them, his father had them. Think of it like we're on, and you can think of like the Matrix like this, right? We're run by some dark fucking forces on this planet, and those are getting extracted. The times are shifting, but in a way, we've been held like on puppet strings energetically. So we're kind of moving like this, right? So these movements, and this one's like, something's wrong with you. And so, okay, I'm going to put my attention over here on the next, I don't know, workout routine that's going to get my body to be right. So it'll be accepted and loved, right? And then this, and then this, and then this. And it's literally like energetic pulls, like vampires taking your energy. And you're not self-possessed. You're not like Pinocchio, where your strings are cut and you're a real person. So that's what we're doing. So when these movements are happening, it's almost like you're unwinding your strings. So this is literally one I've been doing a lot. I sometimes call it the corkscrew, because I can feel it's like this unwinding off of my crown chakra and off my tailbone and everywhere else. And it's almost like a dog shaking off water or something. You know, yoga is based on animal movements. Animals are shaking off that stored energy all the time. So you can be inspired by animals. I've been inspired by animals all the time, where I'm literally, I go, get beckoned by an owl outside, and I go follow them, and I can feel like I am the owl, and that my head can turn 360 degrees and my eyes are that big, and I'm that still inside. These are ways of healing by embodying animals. So this one where it's literally like, it feels like I'm cutting the strings or unwinding the strings of the puppeteering of my crown chakra is just this. It's just literally back and forth with my head. And sometimes it's with my whole body, where my head is sort of moving in a different swivel. So I want you to just be willing to do that, willing to just be winding back and forth. Sometimes it's been quite extreme. It's literally like this, and then I can just feel it like lifting off. So that's one. Another has been, it's so interesting that it sort of looks like, sometimes they look like workout routines and like machines in the gym. One has been this, it's like a rowing movement where I'm arching my back and then pulling forward, arching my back and pulling forward. And it's this opening out the back of my chest and opening my heart chakra. So I would call that a heart chakra opening movement. There was another one the other day where, and again, these are just coming in. I'm just inside my own being. And then these movements come. It was almost like swimming. And I'm calling it like putting like all your cards on the table, like this, like pounding down. So it was like this pounding down movement. That was one. And another one was like a ragdoll hanging down like this, hanging my torso all the way down on the ground. So I'm upside down. My crown chakra is pointing downward, and I'm bouncing and shaking like a rag doll. Also backward, the same thing. There's been a lot of back and forth this way. So if you think of like a rag doll movement going this way, and then back and forth like this. So twisting back and forth laterally, and back and forth, front to back. These are all these natural movements that have come through. A lot of them feel like a little kid saying no, like, no, I'm not going to do it. And all of them bunched up, right, as energies in the body. So children generally, we weren't treated like full-blown people. So all of these expressions, all of the natural movements, all of the no's in our system energetically need a way to come out. We don't have to go into the story about that. We don't have to analyze it. We don't have to judge our parents. We don't have to do anything. We just literally have to allow that energy to move. We have to see that the core untruth isn't real, which I'll probably talk more about on those Substack live streams. And we have to then let it release from the body. That's it. That is healing. Okay. All right. So that's enough for today. I'm sure I'm going to talk more about this, but hopefully maybe just give me a little something and let me know if this made sense to you. And if you're willing to, hi, I'm from India. I'm getting that right? Sorry, I need my glasses. Hi, Anoop. I'm from India. Oh, how beautiful. I'm so glad you're here. Gosh, I'm so inspired by India. Beautiful. Thank you for being here. Yeah, felt so seen by whatever I said. Okay, great. I just like to get the feedback. Okay, so we're going to depossess ourselves. We're going to self-possess ourselves. And again, be just willing to get weird, be willing to move. But we are going to start with just like closing our eyes and feeling and I'm going to hit record, feeling our bodies, and then letting the spontaneity happen. Okay. So get comfortable. And I'm going to close my eyes. Press record. Thanks, Wendy. I can always count on you. Okay, here we go. We're going to close our eyes. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. We're just going to notice that there is a witnessing awareness hearing my voice. And I use the word it or that intentionally. That awareness isn't a human being. It's pure and formless. It's a formless consciousness. It doesn't come out of form. It's pre-form. It exists in form, but it isn't the form itself. So when this form dies, the consciousness doesn't die. So that background awareness is always there. And it's the same awareness here as over there. So that's why when I say a truth over here and you feel it over there, it's the same truth is heard, right? It's the same consciousness. It recognizes itself. It recognizes what it's seen. So we want to settle there in a sense. But now we're already settled there. It's not like something you have to do. You can't do anything because there isn't a separate self for you to do anything here. You're just realizing what's already the case. That's all. So realize that awareness is always here. It's in the background. It's settled. It's safe. It's expansive. You, as awareness, go look around at yourself. Notice how you don't have an end. You don't have an edge. Notice how you're already infused in the body. Like awareness can go right to the pit of your belly right now. Just go there. Consciousness is like water. It can go anywhere. It's also like air. And it's even subtler than both of those. because it's the formless consciousness, awareness, seeing, feeling behind everything. Now, sometimes this consciousness feels a little disconnected from the body. So here we go, self-possessing. And today, let's just start with the chest. So we're going to feel the chest. It's so simple. The word focus was used, but it doesn't quite feel like focus because there's no concentration. It's a little bit like focus. It's like put our awareness there, put our seeing, put our feeling there. Consciousness, pure awareness can kind of feel like a camera. We just put it right in the chest and really feel the chest. So feel every aspect of the chest. Feel the skin, feel the heartbeat, feel the lungs, feel the ribs, the tissues of the ribs, the heart tissue. Feel the back of the sternum, the front of the sternum. Feel the sides. Feel like you're filling out the sides of your chest and the back. And as I'm doing this, you can hear my chair sounds. My back wants to stretch. So I'm just sort of rocking back and forth, stretching the muscle groups kind of around my spine. And my spine feels like it wants to open. Most of us have condensed spines. Most of us haven't stretched enough. Most of us have a body that's been profoundly neglected because everyone around us neglected their bodies, and on and on and on. Our bodies have been used like puppets, like slaves, like objects for others' use. And it's not our fault, and it's not their fault. We're just unraveling those strings and becoming self-possessed. So feel your whole spine, feel the depths of the spine, like you're inside the vertebrae, inside those cartilage in there, inside the spinal cord. Let the body move, even if it's just like a little bit at first. And here's the thing, you're not going to be able to know how the body wants to move. You won't be able to predict it. Your mind might have something to say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the mind has to say. We're not interested. We're not going into the fourth dimension. We're not talking. We're not engaging with thought today. The mind is meant to be a servant to the body, nothing more. A servant to this flesh and bone that has been neglected. As you feel the chest, you might notice something happens in the back of your head or the back of your legs, because it's all wired and connected. So if you release something in one place, you might go to another place. I'm going to flow through the body how I want to. Feel free to do your own thing. So letting this chest now feel so open so that you feel deeply inhabited in the center of your chest, all the way out the sides, all the way out the back, all the way out the front. There are lines of energy going up and down the spine. There are spirals of energy wrapping around the spine. There are spirals of energy going out the back from the center of the heart. There are spirals of energy going out the front. You may want to exhale deeply You may want to make sounds. All is welcome in you. Pure witnessing, pure loving witnessing. Let's go look and see. Is that pure witnessing, that pure consciousness? It's pure. It loves. It doesn't discriminate. It just goes right into the chest. That's love. That's attentiveness. That's unconditional. There's nothing this body has done, this person has done, that doesn't deserve attentiveness. The loving possession of self. That's your birthright. That's how you were born. So feel like you are inhabiting your whole chest, and that your chest is quite big, because energetically we are much bigger than the physical form. Take up space. Let your chest be big. Let it fill the room. Feel all the energetics of the chest. Don't have a picture of your body in your mind. You don't know anything. Don't give anything a name. Not one little bit of pain or tension. Give it no name. Just let it be and let it move. And notice that in this enormous chest of yours, all the way to the center of the chest, all the way through the back, to the back wall and out into the outside, from deep inside the chest, out the front of the chest and through that wall and outside. Where do you begin and end? In direct realization, in direct consciousness. Are you not connected? From pure awareness, no thought, feeling your chest, feeling through your chest, through the skin, through the air, through the room, through the wall, out into the street. Where's this separation that you think is there? There are energetic boundaries. Those are the things that were violated and that you're inhabiting now. You're self-possessing your own energetic boundaries. But boundaries are sort of a funny thing because they're semi-permeable, like the skin is. And so we're sort of like bubbles or Venn diagrams inside of one another, like the flower of life. And the best way to connect to others who aren't really other is to be so self-possessed that we naturally kind of find that Venn diagram with each other in terms of energy. Here's where we touch, here's where we don't. Here's where we merge, here's where we don't. It's a very natural process. Our body will show us, just like little children. When they're done playing with somebody, they move on. When they want to give somebody a hug, they give them a hug. It's pre-thought. It's just energetic. So possess your chest so fully, and your energetic chest so fully, that you can feel how you're connected beyond your own chest. And what happens is the more self-possessed you are, the less you feel needy of other people. What do you need from them? There's no them. You've got it all right here. And if you really, really want to visit that energy of a lost one, someone who passed or someone who really inspires you, it's right here. There's no energy that isn't available to you. You want the energy of a pillar. You want the energy of an owl. You want the energy of your passed on grandmother or that teacher you loved in elementary school, or your totem animal that you just adore. They're all right here. Good. Let's take that expansive, inhabited feeling down into the belly. So all of the solar plexus right under the chest. There's a lot of density there usually. Let that unwind. Let yourself cough or moan or stretch or flail about, whatever it is. Feel the solar plexus, feel the belly itself right above the belly button, and then deep inside the belly button and below it. Feel all the organs. Feel the mid-back and all through the spine of the mid-back. And I'm feeling again like stretching, so you'll hear my chair. Whatever's coming around for you, just let it happen. As I've said many times, quoting Adyashanti, we're either meditating or we're manipulating ourselves. So all we're doing together here is listening as pure awareness and not manipulating ourselves for once. Letting the belly flop about. Letting the belly do deep exhales. Letting the belly be big. Let your belly be big, big, big. You are big. You are a very big energy. All of us are very big energies. The human being is like an extremely high wattage. We are solar creatures able to power a whole small city, each one of us. So let the light of your being shine. You might even see light with your eyes closed. See the light of yourself sitting in your own sunshine. You are sunshine. You are just literally pure sunshine. And people who are less in their own sunshine try to take your light. It's okay. Of course they would try. Just don't give it to them. Bathe in your own light. Bathe in your own light. Your whole belly is just a ball of sun. Your whole chest is a ball of sun. You are source light. And then it really, like warm sunshine, it wants to unwind and open and shine. So this self-possession is really to sit inside your own light and let yourself fully shine, fully, every ray of sunshine, like antenna almost, coming out your back, coming out your front, coming out your sides of your belly. All those pains in your body, that nausea in your belly, that pain in the side of your belly, or that knot in your stomach, it's just sunshine folded in on itself, looking like a shadow, but it's also sunshine. Go look. Go right into that nausea. Go right into that knot. Take that awareness and go right in there. Just feel inside your belly. Notice it's made of the same stuff. It's made of light. It's made of air. Where is that solidness? Where is that part that's actually, that you think is separate? It's not actually separate. You're not going to be able to find it. Go right into it. And now come down into your hips and in your pelvis. Same thing here. Maybe there's a real ache in your lower back, in the spine there. Maybe it feels like a sort of dead or cloudy spot in your pelvis. Maybe your hip joints feel really achy, or your tailbone feels tight. Go right there. Feel it. Feel into whatever area is like shadowy or cloudy or painful or knotted. Each of those feelings are invitations. The body is saying, please pay attention here. Shine the light of awareness inside that spot. It's like a part of the sun that doesn't know it's sunshine. Sort of at the edges of the solar rays, looking into the void, thinking, I'm not made of sunshine. Yes, you are. Don't leave any man behind here. You're reclaiming yourself. Don't let yourself be possessed. And like I said, it can look like The Exorcist sometimes. So if your hips really want to move and twist and you want to shake your hips, try to get up and dance, it's all welcome, because whatever's true is true. Whatever's true in your body rules. Feel also like your hips and your whole pelvis is very large. And feel the rootedness through the tailbone and out the bottom of the pelvis. In addition to these spirals going out the front and back of our bodies, we have these energetic tree roots going down through the tailbone, through the legs, down, 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 down into the earth. The earth is made of the same energy, the same light, the same chemistry, the same material, the same soil. This is all the same stuff. And we get to be this unique form for a time that is really your favorite. You don't want to be anybody else. This being is your total favorite. They're exactly who you want to be. Feel the wideness of your hips, feel the front of your pelvis, all the way through your pubic bone. From inside your hips, feel into your legs, into the bones. As the Zen practitioners call our bones hollow bones. They are hollow. Made of air, made of light. Feel the tendons connected to your bones. Feel into the muscle groups. Let the muscles hang. Let the muscles just be. Let the whole body be. Remember that rag doll feeling. Just let yourself be a rag doll. You don't have any strings anymore. You're not trying to hold yourself up in a societally acceptable way. Who fucking cares? Let yourself flop around, be loose, be free, be wild, be untamed. Nobody cares. And if they do, well, now you know who not to hang out with. So let your legs be loose, let your knees be loose, let your lower legs be loose, let the muscles fall off the bone. Don't manage yourself. Don't hold on to yourself. We hold so much tension in those tissues, in our fascia. And it's totally fine. No wonder we held on to ourselves so tightly. No wonder we tried to form ourselves into the puppet that they would like. It was acceptable. It was good. It was nice. But we don't have to do that anymore. It was all lies. Let yourself just be. Let your ankles be loose. Again, if you want to hang, if you want to let your body hang like a rag doll, your torso hanging down, stand up and just flop around. Be loose on your chair or in the bed. Please do so. Please let yourself be as relaxed as you've ever been. Let your feet soften. Let the bones of your feet just be loose. Don't hold your toes together. Don't hold yourself together. Good. all of your legs, feet, knees, hips, belly, chest loose. Good. And you'll just let them keep loosening and loosening. You could shake your legs like a dog does. You could sway back and forth in your belly. I'm just going to keep listening. And now come on up to the throat area, right above the collarbones, the tops of the shoulders, back of the neck. And boy, do we hold a lot of tension here. And sometimes we have the world on our shoulders. Again, let it all be loose. Let your neck flow. Let your shoulders drop. Let the muscles on the tops of your shoulders really be felt. Dive in there with your awareness. Feel like you've never felt all through your shoulders before. Be self-possessed in those shoulders. And keep your shoulders back. Let your chest open up at the front. You don't need to protect your heart. You can expose it. You can let it shine. Let that warmth of your own sunshine warm through the backs of your shoulder blades, where those angel wings are tucked in. And let those angel wings just unfurl. Feel the depths of your shoulder joints, the caps of your shoulders, the tops of your shoulders. Feel under your arms and your armpits and the underside of your arms. You may feel like flapping your arms about. Feel the bones of your arms, those hollow bones, those bones made of light. And feel your arms be loose. Loose elbows, loose lower arms, loose wrists, loose fingers, open palms. And feel your arms, shoulders, shoulder blades, collarbones, base of your neck. Feel it all as sort of one unit. Your wings and your wingspan. And underneath your shoulder blades, inside your chest, and those upper aspects of the spine, the vertebrae there, between your shoulder blades. Really feel all of it. And you may want to stretch those shoulder blades and open your wings out the back. Like really let everything flex and open. Great. And let's feel the base of the throat in the depths of the neck. All through the neck. Feel you're really inside your own neck. Like you've never been so deeply inhabited in your own neck. If you remember that sort of corkscrew movement, maybe your neck wants to go back and forth, side to side, back, front to back. The arch should stretch upward. Feel those bands of muscle. Feel each vertebrae. And feel like your neck is really, really deep. It's like deep like the ocean and really vast. So notice from deep inside your neck, and again through the skin, out the front, out the back, out the sides, 360 degrees around, where does the neck begin and end in pure awareness? You don't know. You can't know. It's not for you awareness to know. That's a story for another time. That's a story of separation. But your voice, this is your voice chakra, your expression, your communication. You have a lot to say. You have a lot to express. Your voice is perfect and unique. And you get to inhabit it very deeply. And let it just keep unwinding. Let it show you. Let your neck show you. Let your shoulders show you. Let your chest show you. Let your whole body show you what it would like. It wants to move this way. It wants to be still. It wants to stretch. It wants to bounce. What does it feel like doing? Finally, letting yourself as a child just play, just move. The child body is inside this adult body. Great, so the whole neck is loose and open. And just keep letting it be loose. Begin with everything tied together. You might be stretching your neck and you want to move your hips or shake your feet. As one channel starts to open in the neck, and that channel along the meridian lines opens out the foot, opens out the top of the head. So just honor whatever wants to happen, but start to feel inside the base of the neck and the brainstem there. We often hold a lot of tension. This is the back of the eyes, lobe in the back of the brain, and the brainstem. Almost feel like those eyes in the back of your head. And let them open. Let the whole back of the head open. Open the skull. So you're feeling from inside the head and inside the brain and the brain stem. Just feel right through the back of the skull. As if you're opening an eye out the back and feeling out the back. You can even feel the hair follicles and the hair itself. And then open out the top of the head. So from deep inside the brain, this time further in. So right in the middle of the head, deep behind the eyes. And feel from inside the brain, the middle of the brain, out through the brain, moving up, 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 and out the top of the head, through the skull, hair follicles, and out, out, and up. Good. Keep breathing out, releasing in whatever way the body wants to. You can really feel your whole skull. And then from the skull, wrapped all the way around, feel inside the brain. So feel the forehead, feel the eyebrows, feel the density of the forehead, and then feel into the brain, which is softer. There's different qualities, but notice how you can move from one to the next. You can feel your skull, feel your forehead, and feel your brain. You can feel to the middle of the brain, where the pineal gland is, your third eye. And then from there, you can feel through the forehead and out. Awareness goes everywhere. It is everywhere. You are everywhere. You are immortal goddess consciousness. And you're exploring this incredible body in all of their expression. Feel the inside of the eyeballs and the eye sockets, and in between the eyes and the temples, and deep behind the eyes, and inside the sinuses and the nasal cavity, and under the eyes and behind the cheeks. This face that's been distorted and puppeteered and masked and held together for so long. What if you just let it go slack? What if you didn't manage your face at all? What if you felt the muscles of your face like you felt them for the first time? And you didn't know how to hold your face. You didn't know how to smile, or hold your jaw, or hold your eyes, or your lips, or your teeth, or your tongue. Even those seemingly permanent fixtures can heal and move and adjust. In fact, they do. In fact, it's all made of light and air, including those bones. including your jaw, including your teeth. So what is it to let everything be so loose, so open, so slack? Letting the whole face be deeply inhabited and totally relaxed. And you can feel where there's little bits of more tension, maybe between the eyes, maybe right in that forehead area, maybe at the hinge of your jaw. Feel your ears, feel deep inside the inner ear canal. And as awareness as you float and feel through the whole head, feel the head expand, feel how big it is. Your head is like 5 times bigger than the form. And see that it's light. It's just light. You're sitting inside your own little ball of sunshine. And that's not your attitude. That's your form. That's what you're made of. Your attitude doesn't need to be sunshiny. It very well may not be. Good. So feel this sunshine over the self. Feel all the way out the back of your body, the whole back of your body shining out the back. The sides of the body, the front of the body, the top and the bottom, all shining from the inside out. That's self-possession. You see the world from the inside out. You possess your body. And you are pure subjectivity inside your body. You are not an object looking at your body from the outside in. And you do not accept others' projections from the outside in. Who cares? You are shining from the inside. And from deep inside like this, you can continue to hear the body. What does she want? What does he want? What do they want? Honoring whatever it is. So bask in your own sunshine, allowing the body to unfold itself. You're just witnessing and honoring, but you're not really doing it. When the body wants to stretch, it just does it. You don't need to stop and think about it. Just let it happen. It's so unbelievably simple. So you just let yourself shine, let yourself unwind, and then in your own time, opening your eyes. I'm going to keep stretching, seems. Opening your eyes and noticing you're still made of sun. You're still connected to everything. You're not separate. You don't need to tune out your body to engage. Let life unfold itself in front of you, your awareness, you, your eye, your inner eye. Let life run this day, run this life. You're just along for the ride. You like, what does she want? Ultimate unconditionally loving parent. Thank you all so much. It was a pleasure. The more people are here, the more I love it. We're going to head over to Zoom for a little chat. I'll answer questions. We can also just share what happened, inspire each other. That's often how that goes. So I will see you there. And then come join the Substack live stream. It's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to answering questions. This is what I've always wanted to do, so I'm finally doing it. And I'm And then I'll do another one. Come, if you're on TikTok, come follow me on TikTok. When I get to 10,000 on TikTok, I can do live streams there too. So I hope to see you there, and I'll be here next week. And this will be on the live stream section of my YouTube, for you to revisit. But I'll also make it into a recording on Insight Timer when I feel to. Okay. Thanks, everybody. See you on Zoom for those sticking around.